Long gone are the days when alien sightings were limited to isolated woodlands and remote areas.
Whoa, there it is.
Now they're creeping closer. Into abandoned buildings. And even inside our very homes. Let's take a look at some of the most shocking indoor encounters with extraterrestrials. A group of friends exploring an abandoned building late at night stumbled upon something they'd never forget. Hidden in one of the rooms was a creature straight out of a sci-fi horror. It had large black eyes, sickly green skin, and a skeletal body. Clearly as startled by the group as they were by it. The creature let out a scream as they walked in, seemingly caught off guard. In a tense moment, it tried to leap toward them. But the group quickly shone a flashlight into its eyes, causing it to recoil as if blinded. Some netizens think the creature's aggression was just its way of protesting being filmed, while others believe this encounter proves aliens are inherently hostile toward humans. What do you think? Would you have stood your ground, or run for your life? Mind control. A seaside resort grabbed all the attention recently, but not for its ocean views. Nope, it's because of a visitor that looked like a classic gray alien. And unlike most alien sightings where we're left wondering about their purpose, this time, it seemed like the extraterrestrial had an agenda. A man was seen walking into the yard, moving almost like he's in a trance. Things got even weirder when he stopped right in front of the alien, which then placed its hand on his forehead. After a brief moment, the man just walked away like nothing happened. People online are buzzing with theories. Some believe it was mind control. Others think it might be a secret alien ritual. But skeptics dismissed it as an elaborate hoax. Nightmare. Remember those childhood fears about monsters under the bed? Well, turns out they don't have to stay there. They can crawl onto the bed too, if this viral video is anything to go by. This bone-chilling clip has been making rounds online, leaving many clutching their blankets a little tighter. The footage shows a horrifying creature crawling on the bed as someone shone a flashlight at it. Its twisted, nightmare-inducing features looked straight out of a horror movie. Naturally, the internet was buzzing with speculation. Some dismissed it as CGI. Others weren't so sure, believing the creature could be real. Either way, maybe double-check your room before hitting the lights tonight, just to be safe. Strange guest.
It's recording a video? Yeah, right now, it's on the video.
A late-night CCTV recording from a restaurant in Cumberland County captured something truly shocking. A strange figure emerged from the shadows, walking toward the building with an air of purpose. It paused at the window, peering inside, as if deciding whether to go further or leave. What made the sight even more unsettling was its movement. Its hands moved in an odd, almost unnatural way, unlike anything you'd expect from known animals. After a brief moment of hesitation, the figure turned and disappeared back into the darkness, vanishing as mysteriously as it had arrived. Was it curious, cautious, or aware it was being watched? Doorbell camera sighting. A resident in Mexico shared some strange footage online, leaving UFO enthusiasts swooning. The footage captured a figure lurking right outside the man's door. And yes, you know the drill by now. It was giving off serious alien vibes. The extraterrestrial ducked behind the wall just as the guy opened the door and looked around. The intelligent being has left people terrified of stepping out at night. Many claimed this was how individuals went missing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. alien hideout. Exploring abandoned houses might sound like a fun adventure, but sometimes it comes with terrifying surprises. Take this guy for example. He was casually checking out an empty house in his neighborhood when a grotesque figure suddenly leaped at him. Freaked out, he bolted into a nearby room trying to hide. But the entity wasn't giving up that easily. It followed him, letting out strange cries as it approached. The video cuts off, leaving everyone hanging. What makes this even more chilling is how the being looked. An elongated head, slender frame, and even claws. Many were convinced it was an alien, speculating that this house was its hideout. Of course, skeptics chimed in, saying it's just CGI. Trespasser.
Yeah, there it is. Whoa, there it is.
After hearing strange noises coming from his backyard, the homeowner decided to investigate. And as he was looking around, he spotted a tiny figure hiding behind the bushes. It looked like a typical alien with greenish skin and huge black eyes. But before the man could get a good look at the creature, it dashed behind the house and disappeared. Despite several efforts to find the alien, the guy got no leads, and ultimately gave up. Netizens on the internet shared they had seen similar entities outside their houses as well. Is it possible that we're living through an alien invasion?
Yeah, there it is. Whoa, there it is.
Breaking in. A homeowner's kitchen CCTV captured footage that's the stuff of nightmares. Late at night, when everyone was asleep, an eerie figure appeared at the window. It didn't just peek inside, it slid its long fingers under the window, slowly cranking it open, squeezing itself through the small gap. The clip cuts off right there, leaving everyone guessing about what happened next. The family claimed nothing was taken, and the figure seemingly vanished without a trace. Speculations have been wild. Some believe it was a zombie, while others are convinced it resembled a skinwalker. Whatever it was, the mystery slinks away with that unsettling intruder. Would you be able to sleep after seeing something like this? Cosmic visitors. Living near the woods, you might expect the occasional wild animal or big cat. But nothing could have prepared these Chinese residents for what they stumbled upon in 2014. Just a few miles from their backyard, they reportedly witnessed a massive UFO parked on the ground, with an alien stepping out of its open hatch. The figure moved slowly, almost as if it was surveying its surroundings. Then, as soon as it seemed to notice the locals watching, it panicked, scrambled back inside, and the craft shot off into the sky. The footage left people demanding answers, but as usual, the authorities stayed quiet, leaving this event to linger as one of the countless unsolved mysteries. In the tree. A man out for a breath of fresh air in his local park got way more than he bargained for. As he was about to head home, he heard a strange noise coming from the trees. Thankfully, he had his flashlight with him and shone it in the direction of the sound. To his shock, he spotted something hiding behind the tree trunks. A strange figure, barely visible in the dim light. It only appeared for a moment, but what he saw was unmistakable. A bulbous head, jet black eyes. Sounds like a gray alien, right? He didn't stick around to get a closer look and bolted for home, leaving everyone else to debate what he saw. Dark stare. The last thing you would expect to see in your neighborhood is an otherworldly creature. So naturally, this woman freaked out when she saw a pair of huge black eyes staring back at her in the darkness of the night. The camera only captured a brief glimpse of the alien-like entity before the lady fled the scene. If this doesn't make you believe in aliens, I don't know what will. The being had looked inquiringly at the lady as if it had wanted to talk to her. Maybe aliens aren't all that bad, and we're mistaken about them. Extraterrestrial agent. An adventurer out in the woods had a strange feeling he was being watched, so he decided to check out his cabin window. What he saw was a figure lurking at a distance. Tall, with a large head, strange eyes, and a grayish skin tone. Yep, the classic gray alien vibe. The figure, realizing it had been spotted, tried to hide by crouching low in the tall grass. It was wearing all black, which led many to believe this wasn't just any alien. Some folks started speculating that this could be a government agent, and the disguise slipped, revealing something much more extraterrestrial. Since the creature didn't show up again, we're left with more questions than answers. Forest mystery. You'd think the worst that could happen to someone exploring the forest at night is bumping into a wild animal. But according to this viral video, there's more lurking in the woods than you might expect. This man stumbled upon a truly bizarre scene. An otherworldly being crouched on the ground, seemingly feasting on something. Its eerie, slender frame and unnatural movements were enough to make anyone's blood run cold. As soon as it noticed the guy, it stood up suddenly and darted into the bushes at an alarming speed. For a moment, it looked like it might charge at him. Lucky for him, it didn't. But let's just say this video makes a pretty solid case for staying out of the woods at night. Pale figure. A camping trip for a group of friends took an otherworldly turn when one of them was woken up by strange noises. Equipped with their flashlight, they went to investigate. And to their horror, a pale, humanoid figure emerged from a tree in the distance. It was slender and walked strangely, as if tiptoeing, and soon disappeared behind another tree, paying the shocked friends no mind. What could this mysterious figure possibly be? Many believed it was an alien taking refuge in the woods. Others believed it was a skinwalker, but nothing can be said for sure. In the shadows. A homeowner dealing with a random power issue ended up facing something way worse. Thinking it was just his dog chilling on the bed, he didn't give it much thought until a flash of light illuminated its face. And let me tell you, it was not something you'd want to see when the lights are out. It had human features, but those glowing eyes? Definitely not normal. Totally freaked out, the guy called the police, but when they arrived, the room was empty. No trace of anything out of the ordinary. Honestly, what could it have been? An alien? A spirit? Or something we can't even explain? Mystery creature. A local out exploring the woods in Argentina ran into more than he bargained for. Hoping for an encounter with a wild animal, he got something straight out of this world. It was a short humanoid creature lurking in the tall grass. The guy only managed to capture a brief video of the entity before he fled in panic. Although there isn't much that can be seen in the clip. The guy reported that the creature looked like an old and ugly dwarf. This has led to a heated online debate. From mythical creatures to aliens, people can't decide what this actually could be. El Pombero. The legend of the Pombero, a mischievous, short, hairy figure from Argentine folklore, has always been shrouded in mystery. But this viral video might just change that. Two boys playing in the forest stumbled across something that made them freeze. The figure they caught on camera was barely taller than a toddler, holding a stick for support like an injured or elderly being. It looked otherworldly, to say the least. Locals were quick to claim it was the elusive Pombero, finally captured on film. Skeptics, of course, chalked it up to a prank. But honestly, pulling off something like that in the middle of the woods is a stretch. Peek-a-boo!
I know I heard you. Holy f***! Oh my...
This is the kind of story that sends shivers down your spine. A homeowner decided to investigate strange noises coming from the basement, only to encounter something straight out of a horror movie. As he descended the stairs, a shadowy figure briefly peeked out from behind the wall. It looked humanoid, but was unusually short, childlike almost. The man didn't even have any children. And when he finally got to the basement, the figure had completely vanished without a trace. This left him thoroughly spooked. Was this an actual encounter with an otherworldly entity, or just a trick of the light?
I know I heard you. Holy f***! Oh my...
Alien being. A guy was filming a gorgeous hillside just soaking in the view, only to realize he caught something otherworldly on camera. That's what happened when he showed the video to his friends. Between the trees, a massive humanoid figure appeared out of nowhere. Its limbs were unnaturally long, and its upper body was hulking, giving off a truly unsettling vibe. What's even stranger is the way it moved. Sluggish, almost like it was sleepwalking. The clip quickly went viral, leaving many convinced this was an alien sighting, with its features being unmistakably non-human. Even skeptics had to pause for a second to rethink their stance. What do you think this could have been? American alien. Back in 2018, an American resident made headlines when he claimed to have captured evidence of an alien encounter. And honestly, the footage he shared was wild. The viral clip showed a strange, bulbous head peeking through his window. Its huge, jet-black eyes and the fact that it blinked gave the video an eerie level of authenticity. This wasn't your usual static prop. It looked like something alive. The man who filmed it believed the alien had just landed and was scoping out its surroundings. Thankfully, this one didn't seem hostile. It simply darted away after its brief cameo at the window. Haunting presence. After hearing strange rumors about a race of subhumans living deep in the woods, a group of friends decided to debunk the myth once and for all. Armed with flashlights, they ventured into the dark forest, ready to laugh off the local legend. But things took a chilling turn when a figure appeared in the distance. It was pale, humanoid, and moved in a stealthy way. It was caught in their flashlight beam for only a second before darting into the shadows, disappearing without a trace. Theories about the mysterious figure have since gone wild. Skinwalkers, rakes, or maybe even aliens. But as of now, the creature's true identity remains a total mystery. Spying alien. This next clip is one you don't want to miss. It's from a guy who claimed he's had multiple encounters with aliens. And he's got the receipts to back it up. Among his collection of evidence, this video stands out the most. The footage shows what appears to be an alien entity peeking through his window. Its movements are oddly fluid and natural, making it hard to dismiss as a hoax. The being seems curious, as if observing or even spying on the man. While skeptics are still picking it apart, many believe this is one of the most convincing pieces of proof of extraterrestrial life to date. Extraterrestrial resident. Strange reports of an extraterrestrial entity inhabiting an abandoned house down the block spread in a peaceful town. People were terrified of going out at night. That's when this group of friends decided to go see for themselves. At first, there was nothing extraordinary, but then someone appeared in the attic window. It was a humanoid with glowing eyes. They quickly went upstairs to check, but there was no one there. And then the door mysteriously closed. Thankfully, it wasn't locked, so they managed to escape. The friends were sure they had run into a malevolent creature. Trapped inside. As a group of explorers reached the heart of an abandoned hospital, they encountered a ghostly humanoid, claiming it was a patient that had escaped from the hospital. But here's the catch: the hospital hadn't been operational for a decade. The group was convinced it was the spirit of a patient that had passed away under mysterious circumstances, that now haunted the isolated place, somehow trapped inside for eternity. Another chilling theory has emerged online, with some saying it could be an alien entity disguising itself as a ghost, because, well, perhaps it wanted its identity to remain hidden? But nothing can be said for sure, as skeptics dismissed it as a hoax. Terror incarnate.
Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallah.
A man exploring an abandoned house in the countryside came across something that left him utterly shaken. As he neared the entrance, a massive head emerged from the end of the hall, glaring at him. Its fiery red, animal-like features and enormous eyes radiated an unnatural and menacing aura. Believed to be an Ifrit Jinn, a supernatural entity tied to fire and capable of shapeshifting. This encounter was deeply unsettling. The sheer intensity of the moment overwhelmed the man, causing him to collapse on the spot. The footage ends abruptly, leaving everyone with a chilling sense of unease. Whether this was a supernatural encounter or something else entirely, the impact was undeniable.
Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallah.
Hotel intruder. This guy was checking out of a room, but he wasn't alone. Someone had followed him into the hotel. Now that's pretty terrifying as it is. But what if I tell you that someone wasn't even human? This CCTV footage has since gone viral. A bizarre shadow can be seen creeping up behind the guy, short and stubby. There's something very unusual about the humanoid figure. While you might think that could be a child, well, kids don't just fade out like that now, do they? My best guess would be this was one of those shadow creatures described in legends. Playful and mischievous, but sometimes inexplicably violent. Intruder. Not everyone's on board with the idea of mounting a CCTV camera in their bedroom. Let's be honest, it's a little weird, but sometimes it turns out to be a blessing in disguise. Back in 2006, in Pensacola, Florida, a man decided to set one up. While he slept peacefully, his camera caught something beyond creepy. The only light came from his open door, where a short, skinny, humanoid figure appeared, peeking in. As the figure crept into the room, its slender leg and oblong, alien-like head came into view. The man slept through the whole thing and woke up unharmed, but after reviewing the footage, he was utterly terrified. Guess who won't be sleeping with their door open anymore? Mysterious agents. A doorbell ring camera captured something very unsettling. Two men in suits were standing by the door waiting for the owner to appear. They kept knocking even when there was no sign of anyone inside. But that's not the strangest part. There was something hovering behind them. The bizarre suspended object has people believing it was a UFO spying on the men. Some even speculated that these strange men were aliens themselves masquerading as humans. If that's the case, their behavior makes a lot more sense, don't you think? Creeping entity.
Decime.
A mother was recording her son in a picnic spot near the woods when the camera caught something unusual. Something can be seen moving in the background. My guess is that it's a limb stretching out. Even the dogs noticed the presence and started barking. The people watching the video commented that it might be an alien, but most agreed that it might be a Pombero, a Paraguayan mythical creature, described as a small hairy entity that lurks in rural forests and kidnaps children. Skeptics, however, believed it was just a sloth, commonly found in the country.
Decime.
Bizarre entity. A man was exploring an abandoned building and instantly regretted it when he came face to face with an otherworldly being. As he was checking out the roofless rooms, a creature popped up in one of the windows. Humanoid with rotting grayish skin and horns on its head. The entity looked like nothing he had ever seen before. When it spotted the guy, it followed him out and let out a chilling scream, sending the man running. The video cuts off there, and no one knows what went down there. Road crawler. It seems like even the roads aren't safe from these otherworldly creatures that appear to be slowly taking over our planet. Driving home late one evening, 2 men in Uganda stumbled upon a bizarre scene. In the middle of the road, a ghostly figure crawled on all 4s. But not in any normal way. Its movements were unsettlingly backward, and its face was completely upside down. Instead of driving off in panic, the men did something unexpected. They stopped the car and started recording. The figure moved a few steps toward them, its unnerving crawl making the moment all the more surreal. This bizarre encounter has led to endless debate online. Was it a prank, a hallucination, or something truly otherworldly? Spooky business. Imagine hearing weird sounds in your kitchen and finding nothing every time you checked. That's exactly what happened to this guy. So he decided to mount a camera to get to the bottom of it. A few days later, he caught something seriously creepy on tape. The footage showed a mysterious figure peeking out from behind the counter. Most of it stayed hidden, but the little you can see is enough to send chills down your spine. It was making these strange breathing sounds. And by morning, there was no sign of it. So what could it be? A prank or an extraterrestrial visitor? Creepy entity. A CCTV camera captured something on a dark street that'll give you chills. The footage shows a figure strolling past, but it had no upper body, just legs, and its gait was totally off, like it was struggling to walk properly. Now, there are only 2 ways to explain this. Either it's some kind of supernatural entity, or the camera had a major glitch. People online are split. Some think it's the spirit of someone who suffered a tragic fate, while others are convinced it's just a clever editing job meant to prank us all. What's your guess? Glimpse of otherworldly. This is exactly why you should throw the locks on your windows the moment it gets dark. A CCTV camera captured footage of a woman gathering her clothes from the line. Nothing out of the ordinary there. But the real nightmare started after she left. A pale, humanoid figure appeared, passing by the open window, hunched down on all fours. Its eerie, almost translucent skin had people convinced it wasn't human. Many believed it was the legendary Rake, a creature known for its terrifyingly thin, pale body and unsettling movements. Skeptics, of course, think it could be someone playing a prank or clever video editing. But honestly, the way this thing moved seemed too real. Alien abduction.
Man walks out of a house, and in an instant, it looks like he's beamed up to outer space.
Back in 2020, a security camera clip from Houston had the internet buzzing. The video shows a man casually stepping out of his house. Nothing unusual, until suddenly he whooshes straight up into the sky and vanishes. This wild incident led to all sorts of speculation, with many convinced it was an alien abduction caught on tape. The man later appeared on the news, insisting it was just a glitch in the camera. No aliens, no abduction, just a recording issue. While that explanation satisfied some, others weren't so sure. Some claimed he might have been forced to deny the incident, while the more creative ones speculated he might even be an alien in disguise. Nightmare creature. If you think your home is your safe haven, this chilling video might just change your mind. A home security camera in the kitchen captured an ordinary moment, a family enjoying their meal. But in the background, something very sinister appeared. A humanoid hand, thin with unnervingly long fingers that turned into sharp claws, emerged from behind the curtain. It clutched the fabric for a few seconds, then vanished as quickly as it appeared. The family seemed completely unaware of their creepy guest. The internet had a lot to say. Some thought it was a clever prank or a clip from a horror movie, but others were convinced it was something otherworldly, a monster, or something even more terrifying. Open discussion. This chilling video has been making rounds online, leaving viewers utterly speechless. According to the uploader, he was woken up in the middle of the night by a small figure darting past his bedroom door. Thinking it was his son, he got up to check on him, only to find the child sound asleep. Just as he was about to give up his search, something caught his eye in the sliding glass door. There it was, a classic gray alien, with its trademark gray skin, oversized head, and almond-shaped black eyes. As soon as it noticed him, the figure quickly ducked and disappeared into the night. The incident has sparked endless theories. What could be happening here? With aliens now seemingly invading even our homes, the question on everyone's mind is the same. What do they want from us? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.